What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about this week's item shop reset, because we've just gotten the weekly item shop video. Now, this gives us a little bit of a glimpse into some upcoming collaborations, including a new Adventure Time collaboration, which was kind of unexpected. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just start playing the video on screen for you right now. Starts off with the solo leveling collaboration, so nothing really that new there. You know, it's just something that you guys can look at and see because that collaboration is happening. You can see the Mercedes-Benz. And then as we go on, we get the Peppermint Butler sidekick from Adventure Time coming on February 24th, the Honkai Star Rail collaboration with Kafka and Blade on February 26th, the Grace Ashcroft skin from Resident Evil Requiem on the 28th, and then Ghostface actually re-releasing on the 26th. March 2nd, we get the Dawnbreak Duelist bundle, which I do believe the pickaxe or something was given away for free in an actual cup before, so it's not really anything too crazy there, but you know, it's nice to see that they're actually releasing the skin finally. Now if we go ahead and pause this real quickly so you can get a better glimpse, here is the Peppermint Butler sidekick. Trying to find like a good pose for you guys to see it. You can see this will be releasing in, wait, is this February 24th? It's the 25th. Okay, you know what? I think this is supposed to be releasing tonight, February 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe they got their days mixed up by like 1, so kind of keep that in mind. It's either 24th or 25th, you know, because technically this should have been last night's shop reset. So if this isn't out tonight, then who knows what's actually going on here. After that, we have ourselves this video right here with the Honkai Star Rail bundles on February 26th. Now, I think that this could be 26th. However, there is still the chance that it's the 27th. You know, maybe they got like a typo or something on that first bundle, but just kind of keep that in mind. Of course, we can see a nice little view of both of the skins. Firstly, we have the Blade skin, which looks pretty nice. You know, it definitely has the aesthetic going on for it. And then we got the Kafka skin right here, or Kafka, or however you say it. I know someone's probably yelled at me a million times for that comment of the character's name if I said it wrong, but they do look pretty accurate to how they look in Honkai Star Rail. After that, we of course have the Grace Ashcroft bundle or outfit from the Resident Evil Requiem game. Now, there has been a close-up image of Grace's actual face, and I want to go ahead and pull that up for you guys because I gotta admit, the eyes are a little creepy in Fortnite. You know, maybe that's just like a thing that I'm like, you know, it's a little weird looking, but I gotta admit, it is a little creepy. So let me pull that up real quick. Alrighty, so here it is on screen right now. You know, it looks pretty nice. However, when you're so used to seeing like the Resident Evil Requiem characters having like the highly detailed hair and everything, and then you see kind of like the Fortnite-ified version, I think the creepiest part to me is the eyes. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me if I'm just kind of over-exaggerating it or something, but the eyes look a little off to me in this collaboration, and it is still something that's like, you know, you typically see the back of a skin. I mean, for example, we're using the solo leveling skins right here, and you don't really see the front. You know, you try rotating it around, you can sometimes see it. You mainly only see the front of your skin if you're in the lobby, or if you're going ahead and doing something like, you know, an emote and rotating your thing around that way. So that is one of the upcoming collaborations I'll be releasing soon. Now, we haven't gotten a notice on if we're going to be getting a brand new wave of things going on, so we don't know if we're going to be able to get like the older Resident Evil skins returning, but it would be cool to see them return. Of course, Ghostface, you know, there isn't really much to mention here, but then we have the Dawnbreak Duelist bundle, which is March 2nd. So if you're someone who's been wondering about the skin, even in my showcase video, they re-added the skin in the most recent game update, and I mentioned to you guys that it was an old skin that they were re-adding because they were like ready to drop it in the shop or something. So it is nice to see that we're actually going to be getting that, but it also is a little shocking to see the fact that we're at a point now where we're getting March mentioned in a February weekly shop rotation video. With that said, however, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to really share with you guys. It doesn't appear like we have much else in terms of content coming on in the near future for Fortnite, at least during this current update. Actually, we do have a decent amount of things. My apologies. I quickly went ahead and checked, and based on the HD texture packs, which typically have skins or some bigger collaboration inside of them, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different files that could have bigger collabs. And considering the fact that we know Honkai Star Rail is probably in 1 or 2 of the files, that leaves, you know, stuff like the Adventure Time sidekick to be in one file, and it leaves stuff like the Resident Evil collaboration to be in another file. So there might still be some surprises left in the current update, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 left that aren't just, you know, icon emotes. So pretty exciting to see all that stuff going down. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the new skins, what do you think about everything kind of going on with Fortnite right now, and I'll catch you champs and champettes a little bit later with another video, probably tomorrow. Until next time, peace out.